Sagittarius, we got good things going on for you. The Wheel of Fortune. Surround your entire reading. The universe, it's turning. It's pulling you forward. And most people say you can feel it. When the Wheel of Fortune is in action, you can feel that pushing and pulling, that whispering in your ear, like do this, do that, or go this way, turn that way, whatever it might be. The Wheel of Fortune, the universe surrounds your entire reading and are trying to move you forward. Up in your highest energy, I think you've been... I have the Emperor here. This is the card for Aries. We'll start there. Aries might be strong in your chart or someone else's around this reading. But I think that you have been pretty stubborn about moving forward. I think you've been like, no, I'm fine just the way I am. I'm fine right here. I don't need any changes in my life. Everything is just perfect the way it is, and nothing can change my mind. Well, something's going to change your mind. And if anything in the world could change your mind, it's the universe. So what this is telling me is you're going to come out of this place that you've just been like stubborn and not wanting to go out, not wanting to make any changes in your life, not wanting a new adventure, not wanting a new life cycle, not, just like feeling like you're saying, just leave me alone and just let me live my life this, quiet way. It's a very quiet way because the Emperor sits on that throne, and that throne is very heavy. There's no action, there's no movement with the Emperor. So in this case, it takes the whole universe to get you out of it. I'm sorry, you have to giggle. I'm glad because it's for your better. Let me point that out too. Wheel of Fortune, will for the better is what it is. So it's all for your better. I have the Two of Pentacles right next to the Emperor and right above the Wheel of Fortune. So two of Pentacles here is confusion. It's like, it's like hopeful one day and a loss of hope the next day. And this is about, look at those ships. They're bouncing around on the ocean. It's a rocky, a turbulent energy, and it is about security and stability. I think it is about whether or not you can be grounded and secure with someone else being in your life, or if you were to move out of your comfort zone, which I feel like you're in here, that you would enter back into this place of confusion, of ups and downs, and you just kind of like want to stay at the status quo. Well, the universe is saying that they want you to come out of this. This is a fear. This is like something that you've been through, you don't want to go through again. I have the Moon card right next to it, which is the card for Pisces. Pisces might be strong in your chart or someone else's around this reading. But this is about hidden things to be revealed. It's like night turning to day. You didn't know that lobster was in that water till it crawled out. So, it's about secrets being revealed. Something's going to be revealed, which is going to help you come out of this place of comfort, your comfort zone, and start to reach out and branch out in your life. You have been so stuck. I have the Four of Pentacles under the Emperor. A lot of it has to do with Pentacles. I think that you were in a relationship that got you to this place of being the Emperor. And you've just been stuck in that place. You're like, no, I'm safe here. This is, my happy place. This is where I want to be. But it really isn't. And even if you really feel it is where you want to be, the universe has another idea. So, you've been stuck, and the Pentacles have been weighing you down. I think you feel like there is no one out there for you. That you're better off on your own. That's how I feel, that you feel. But the universe has a different way of looking at things. They want you to move forward. They want you to pick up swords of truth and clarity. And they're moving you away from these rocky waters towards calmer, peaceful, smoother waters. And they want you to get to the other side of that lake. Now that's where whatever's hidden is going to be revealed too. It's right below the moon. So it's not going to be fast going for you. This is not the slowest card in the deck, but it's pretty slow because this boat is being pushed by a pole. But you will get there, especially without the universe. I mean, it's like they'll blow the wind, they'll push you there. They'll do it. They'll make you get there. I have the Knight of Swords under the Four of Pentacles. You are definitely going to be taking action, but you're taking action with your sword up. So it's like, if anybody or anything comes your way that doesn't serve you, you will cut them out. You will be like, no, this isn't it. You're gone. You're out of here. It is all about self-protection, okay? So you're moving forward cautiously but fiercely at the same time. Also, in looking at this, I just kind of feel like you know that you can go back to being the emperor anytime you want, but I don't think you're going to want to. Not when the universe is here moving you forward. There's something on the other side of this lake you need to find, okay? So there you are, right under the Wheel of Fortune, right next to the Knight of Swords, contemplating what your new world's going to look like. What does it look like over there? Look, there's the lake right there. What does it look like on the other side of that lake? How does it feel? You're holding on to a staff of fresh starts and new beginnings with one hand and holding the world with the other hand. You're like, what is my new life cycle going to look like? Because you know and you can feel that you are actually moving forward now, that you will be moving forward and you're not going to be able to help it. So you're really starting to think about the future now and moving forward. So right next to the Two of Wands and under the Six of Swords is the Queen of Pentacles. Second biggest pentacle in the whole deck. Now, this is where your head is at. You're looking at the pentacle. It's like, you're not going to let anybody come into your life. I really think you've been through it. That isn't grounded, that doesn't have a job, that isn't available, who isn't committable, male or female. You are not. All cards are male or female. You are keeping your eye on the pentacle. You're keeping the eye on the ball here. And this is the card for Earth, Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn might be strong in your chart or someone else's chart around this reading. So perhaps there's an earth sign on the other side or of the lake where you're headed, or a Pisces so far, or even the Aries, but I got my doubts on the Aries. Pisces is a water sign, and looky here, really could be an earth sign that could have strong earth, like maybe it's not their sun sign, maybe it's their moon sign, or their Venus, or some other sign that's strong in their chart. You're definitely entering a new life cycle, definitely. You're definitely letting some toxic energy go. That's what's been keeping you stuck there. I got the King of Cups next to the moon. The King of Cups is water, Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer, male or female. They're all male or female. So what it is that you have a huge cup of love to offer for someone. Okay? But you're not. There isn't anybody to hand it to. So you're holding it close to your body. Just holding on to that huge cup of love. I think it's next to the moon card, so you're probably going to be able to hand it out once you find out what's on the other side of that lake. Once you get there, away from the turbulent waters of the Three of Swords. Your heart was broken. There might have been a third party because the Three of Swords is right above the Devil. And there's toxic energy. If it wasn't a third party, it was something toxic that you got away from. It could have been drugs, alcohol, another person, an interfering person, whatever. It might have been an abusive person. It's our personality trait. But there was something that broke your heart before, and that's what got you there. I knew that. And so here we have the Devil. This is the card for Capricorn only because of the horns. But the energy is toxic. And it ended up breaking your heart. There was bondage. There was, you were tied to someone who was tied to someone or something else. I just wanted to point those out because they go together here. So then I have the King of Pentacles on the other side of the Three of Swords. Now, we have a soulmate connection coming in. That's what's on the other side of the lake. We definitely have a soulmate connection. We have Earth again that's coming up with the King of Pentacles. Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. Might be strong in your chart or someone else. But, wow, they are very committable. Remember, you're holding out for a committable, grounded, solid person who has a job and it will last a long time. You can be a partner with through life. And here they are. Here they are. And they're going to be on the other side of that lake. And they also have a pentacle. And they want the same things you want. Your whole relationship is going to be built on a partnership. It's going to be built on the future, on working towards a future for yourselves. Lovely energy that's waiting for you out there. I think that is why you can feel, I bet you can, if this is your reading, you can feel the energy of the universe pulling you forward. I have the Seven of Cups right below the King of Cups and right next to the Seven of Swords, or the Six of Swords. So the Seven of Cups, this is confusion and love. So you have a huge cup of love that can hold a lot of love. There's nothing else in that cup. But you've been tricked, you've been fooled by some of these other cups that you've chosen along the way, right next to the Devil card, you know. They always end up being toxic in one form, one way or another. But it's like they're all yelling, pick me, and none of them are the right cup for you. So it causes confusion in what love is really supposed to look like. You're moving away from the confusion. Because once this person comes in, there won't be any more confusion about what real love looks like. And you will be able to hand out that cup of love. This confusion sits right next to the Devil card, the toxic energy that you've had to associate yourself with. That's what these cups are full of, is toxic energy. It won't let your relationship move forward. But under the King of Pentacles, I have the Six of Wands. Now, goodbye toxic energy, hello success and love. That's what this card's about. And all those wands coming up in the background here, these are wands of people who celebrate your success. So you may end up engaged to this person who's on the other side of the lake. The universe is trying to get you over there, up off that granite throne, over there. Out of your safe zone. So, we're going to have success and love coming in. And they're going to want the same things you want. I have the Death card right under the Seven of Cups and next to the Queen of Pentacles. This is the card for Scorpio, by the way. So Scorpio might be strong in your chart or someone else's around this reading. But this is transformation. You're going through a transformation. This is the end of the old, the beginning of the new. So this is all part of what the universe is doing with you, doing for you. Is they are taking you out of this old place of going nowhere, doing nothing, staying in your safe zone, to moving you forward to where your soulmate is. And you're going to have to work at it a little bit. You're just going to have to discover some truth and clarity, pick up these swords as you go along. Take your time, do it at your own pace, but the universe is there. And it's like it's not going to stop you. It's going to push you. And you are moving forward to a much better place. Look at the swords. It's all because of the swords. The swords of truth, the swords of clarity. I got the Ace of Swords here. When you found out the truth and the clarity about this toxic energy, it did break your heart, didn't it? The swords actually pierced your heart. But in this case, the truth and the clarity is going to move you across these rocky waters into smoother, calmer waters to the other side of that lake, where your soulmate awaits you. And so through all this truth and all this clarity, and you're going to be on guard. You're going to make sure when you meet somebody that they're going to be the right person for you. Okay, because you're going forth with your sword up. But look, next to the Ace of Swords and under the Six of Wands, the truth is, this is what waits you. Wow. The Hierophant is the card for Taurus, which is an earth sign. So there will be success in love, all right. This is a card for traditional values, traditional morals, cards for stability, security, groundedness. This is a card of commitment. This is a very spiritual card of marriage. Whoever this is on the other side, I think you're going to end up married. And this is where your whole new life cycle. Remember, where were we here? Two of Wands. Contemplating what your new life cycle might look like across the other side of that lake. Well, it comes in. And when it comes in, this is somebody that you're going to end up married to. You're going to be so solid. You're going to be a very solid power couple is what's going to happen. And you will work together to move forward in the future. I'm going to take you out an angel card. May or may not go with this reading. This is just something that your angels, your guardian angels and spirit guides want you to know or hear. Might help you move forward. Might just be something you need to know. Let's pull one out right there. Here's your card. Sagittarius. Oh boy. A new beginning. That's exactly what's going on. And you can pause, you can read this anytime you want, but I'm going to read it to you. A new beginning. You're at the beginning of a wonderful journey. There's no need to have any fear. As guardian angels walk beside you every step of the way, you have unique gifts to offer the world if you will just free yourself from that which holds you back. See these two cards? New opportunities will present themselves if you truly believe. The Moon.